In this video, we are going to cover how to solve quadratic equations. So there are four ways in order to solve quadratic equations. We have factorizing, we have using the quadratic formula, and then we have completing the square method, and lastly, you must know how to use the graphic method. In this video, we are going to cover how to solve it by using the factorizing method. So firstly, to factorize, you must know what a quadratic is, and a quadratic is in the form ax squared plus bx plus c. That's a quadratic, where a, b and c are all integers. So let's start on the question, and the question is: solve x squared plus 4x minus 45 is equal to 0, and we are going to solve this using the factorizing method. So the first steps that you should do is write what a is. A is equal to 1, b is equal to 4, as you can see, and c is equal to minus 45. Now the next step is we must find two numbers that times to give our c, and our c is equal to minus 45. And we also must find the same two numbers that add to give us b, which is equal to 4. So this part is kind of try and error. If you have a go, and the answer that you guys should get is 9 and minus 5. So 9 times minus 5 is equal to minus 45, and 9 plus minus 5 is equal to 4. And one of the final steps is we just put these two numbers into brackets. So our first bracket is going to be x plus 9, and then the next bracket is x minus 5, and that is equal to 0. The final step is, in order to find out what x is, we make each of the brackets equal to 0. So when x plus 9 is equal to 0, x is equal to minus 9. And when x minus 5 is equal to 0, x is equal to 5. So we can check if the solution works by plugging minus 9 or 5 back into the original equation. So if we do minus 9 squared plus 4 times minus 9 minus 45, we get 81 minus 36 minus 45, and that does equal to 0. So we know that solution is correct. If we also plug in 5, we'll get the same answer, equal to 0. So that's the first example done, and we'll move on to the second example now. The second example is x squared plus 10x plus 24 equal to 0. So it's the same steps as before. We get a is equal to 1, b is equal to 10, and c is equal to plus 24. So we must find two numbers that times to give us c, which is 24, and the same two numbers that add to give us b, which is 10. So if you have a go, the answer you guys should get is 4 and 6. 4 times 6 equals 24, 4 plus 6 is equal to 10. And now the next step is we plug it into the brackets, so we get x plus 4 and x plus 6 is equal to 0. And the final step is when x plus 4 is equal to 0, one of our solutions is x equals minus 4, and when x plus 6 equals 0, the other solution is x equals minus 6. And we can check if this works by plugging minus 4 into the equation. So minus 4 squared is 16, plus 10 times minus 4, so 16 minus 40, which is minus 24, and minus 24 plus 24 is equal to 0. This shows that the solution minus 4 is correct. Now we'll move on to the third example. This question is a bit different. So we got x squared minus x minus 56 is equal to 0. So we have a is equal to 1, B is equal to minus 1 and C is equal to minus 56. So here we must find two numbers that times to give our C, which is minus 56, and the same two numbers that add to give our B, which is minus 1. So have a go. Do some try and error involved in this part of the question. And the answer that you guys should get is 7 and minus 8, because 7 times minus 8 is equal to minus 56, and 7 plus minus 8 is equal to minus 1. So when we plug this into the brackets, one of our solutions is x plus 7, and the other solution is x minus 8, and this is equal to 0. So when x plus 7 is equal to 0, our answer is x equals minus 7, one of the solutions, and when x minus 8 is equal to 0, our solution is x is equal to 8. So we can plug in one of the solutions into the equation. So we get 8 squared minus 8 and minus 56 equals 0. So 8 squared is 64, 64 minus 8 is 56, and 56 minus 56 is equal to 0. This shows to us that the solution is correct and our answer is right. And that's the last question done for this video. If you have any questions in regards to this topic, please feel free to ask me in the comment section below.